guys, I'm so excited about today's video because today we are in my hometown, Lakeville, Minnesota, and you are gonna learn everything about my community and the top 10 reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota. Let's go.
Oh, there you guys are. So the number one thing that I think is the coolest thing about Lakeville, Minnesota is the location. Now, it's 20 minutes from Mall of America, 20 minutes to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, which is international, but it's also only 25 minutes to downtown Minneapolis, which is great. The location cannot be beat, I feel. This is the fastest growing suburb in the entire state. I love the location because it's easy to get to downtown Minneapolis, and I also love taking Highway 77, which goes on the east side of Lakeville. That'll take you right into South Minneapolis if you want to enjoy the city lakes. Lake Harriet, Lake Nokomis, all that. It's less than 20 minutes, honestly, and it's a very quick ride up 77. The location is also very nice because you have surrounding communities. So there's Eagan, Apple Valley, Farmington Rosemount, Prior Lake, and Burnsville. All of those towns together, all those cities together, make the South Metro. But Lakeville is definitely my favorite city.
You guys hear that? There's no traffic. Another great thing about the location of Lakeville is that you are so protected from the crazy traffic that is the west suburbs. The west suburbs are terrible for traffic. There is nothing worse than sitting on 494 in traffic, which is like a parking lot. You don't experience any traffic in Lakeville, Minnesota. The number 2 thing about moving to Lakeville, Minnesota is all of the great restaurants and the food. This is a foodie's paradise. There is so many different options. There is Indian restaurants, there is Ethiopian restaurants, burger joints, pizza places. There's fine dining, so many fine dining options. Restaurants, bars, you can get American, Mexican, contemporary. The sky is the limit. And the great thing about the restaurants in Lakeville, Minnesota is that it's away from the city and they're not as packed. Right now we're at this place, there's only like 2 or 3 other tables here right now, which is crazy. In Minneapolis, we'd be waiting 30 minutes for a table. Right now we are at B52's in Lakeville, my favorite burger joint. And I just ordered the award-winning B52 burger. I cannot wait to try it. That was absolutely fantastic. No wonder this place wins awards. The B52 burger, you have to try it.
Okay guys, the number 3 thing about moving to Lakeville that I love is the wonderful schools here. My children go to Lakeville schools. They love it, I love it, they're fabulous. The city of Lakeville does have 3 separate districts within the city of Lakeville. Those 3 districts are 194 Lakeville, which has Lakeville North and Lakeville South high schools. And then 196 is also a part of Lakeville, which has Rosemount High School as their high school. And there's a bunch of middle schools and elementary schools within that district. And then a very small portion of the city of Lakeville is also a part of the 192 district, which is Farmington, just to the south of Lakeville. So all of those schools are all excellent. When I first moved to this area 10 years ago, schools were the most important thing to me, and it's something that I researched like crazy. And I know that going on goodschools.com is where I found all my information. Lakeville 194 and 196 are still considered the top districts in the state. 194 is the 7th best district in the state for athletics and academically, and 196 is number 5 academically for 2021. So 2 great districts. You cannot go wrong. Anywhere you move in Lakeville, if you're either in 196 or 194, it doesn't really matter. They're both great. You'd be happy to send your kids there.
Number 4 on the list for the top reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota is that this is a family-friendly area. I love all the family events that they have for children. Every single year they do an event downtown Lakeville called Piano Prague, where there's a huge parade, there's a 4-H contest, there's a pet contest, there's a beauty pageant, there's a huge carnival downtown.
It is 2 weeks of absolute fun. My kids and I have a blast there every single year. So that's something fun to do in the summer. There's also a lot of parks and trails around the area. There's miles and miles of biking trails and hiking, tons of parks. I mean, I think there's 10 or more in the area. Another great thing that is so much family friendly is that the median age for Lakeville, Minnesota is 32 years old. So it definitely skews a little bit younger. And a lot of the families that move to Lakeville are younger families. So if you have little kids, it's great to move to this area. There's other young families. I know that when I first moved to Minnesota, I moved to Lakeville, Minnesota with my brand new baby. I had more kids after that, obviously, but every single neighborhood we've ever lived in Lakeville has been filled with families. So great place to raise your children. You won't be bored in Lakeville. There's tons of stuff to do, and it's super, super family friendly. Number 5 on my list is affordability. So the housing stock in Lakeville, I feel, is very, very affordable. The median sales price for a single family home in Lakeville is $330,000. Now, if you're just starting out and you're like, I can't afford $330,000, where do I go from here? The houses do start at $200,000 and they go all the way up to $2 million for like a huge estate on acreage or possibly closer to the golf courses in the country. But the median price is $330,000, which is very, very affordable. That puts your payment at about $1,800 a month. So very, very affordable to live. And it's also super, super safe here as well as affordable. So it's affordable and it's safe. Number 6 on my list for the top reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota is the variety in housing stock that you will see. So Lakeville started booming in the late 90s, but before that there's a lot of houses still, especially downtown, that are 1930s to 40s. And then the majority of the housing stock is actually 90s and 2000 and lots of new construction. This is the fastest growing suburb in the metro and in the state. So the housing stock is it varies very much. So you can have something traditional, you can have craftsman style bungalows, you can have modern, you can have farmhouse, you can have smaller houses, and then you also have huge estates on acreage. So the variety is huge, and I feel like in Lakeville, there's a neighborhood for literally everyone. There's so many different neighborhoods, they're all great, but each is unique in their own way, and every single neighborhood in Lakeville is good. You just have to find out which one works for you. Number 7 on my list of the top reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota is that Lakeville has a small town feel. It really does. The population is skewed to go over 75,000 at our next census, so it actually is a pretty big city, but it has a very, very small town feel, and you have a community feel, and everyone just kind of works together. I remember when I first moved to Lakeville, my very first house, my neighbors came over and brought me apple pie. Like, how Minnesota nice is that? That actually happened to me in Lakeville. It was crazy. I had to call my friends in Florida and tell them because I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I would say it definitely has a small town feel. There's a high sense of community awareness, and the people in Lakeville love the city of Lakeville. Number 8 on my list of the top 10 reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota is that Lakeville is beautiful. It is so gorgeous here. Sometimes I look outside my windows and I cannot believe the beauty that I see. We have lakes and water everywhere in Lakeville. So Lakeville has 4 really big lakes that are well known in the community for walking, parties, trails, boating, just to enjoy that Minnesota life that you've been looking for. The 4 lakes in Lakeville are Lake Marion, Crystal Lake, Spirit Lake, and Orchard Lake. The other thing that I find so naturally beautiful in the city of Lakeville is that just to the very far south part of the city, you can go out and be in the complete country by yourself. Another interesting fact of the beauty in Lakeville is that Lakeville's further away from the city, so you can actually see the stars at night, which are really important to me. There's nothing better than being on a summer night, having a little bonfire, and then looking up and actually being able to see the stars. Number 9 on my list of the top 10 reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota is the people. I've never in my life met the nicest people here that I've ever met. And I've met so many people in such a short period of time. The great thing about Lakeville is that so many people are transplants to the area. They're not really from here. So you get people from all over the country or other areas of Minnesota or other areas of the Midwest. But I think the people is one of the most important aspects and the most important things about moving to Lakeville, because the people, they're awesome. So the number 10 reason on my top reasons to move to Lakeville, Minnesota is that the possibility. It's the possibility. Lakeville is ever changing and the sky is the limit. This is the fastest growing suburb and city in the state of Minnesota and also the metro area. So we don't really know what's gonna happen. And what's interesting about Lakeville is that we are all growing together as a community. And I feel like the sky is the limit to see the potential of what Lakeville will be in 30 years. I hope you guys enjoyed my video today on the top 10 reasons why you should move to Lakeville, Minnesota. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button because you want to get notifications for my next video. And also, if you're thinking of buying or selling in the Lakeville area, or maybe you're thinking of another area, hit me up, give me a call. I'm a top realtor with Edina Realty. My name is Janelle Pierzina, and if you want more videos like this, comment below on another area in Minnesota, preferably the Minneapolis area, that you would like me to canvas. Thanks for watching.